Hello, today we'll be going over the various aspects that make up the Gothic style of the Middle Ages. Before dissecting the signature European Gothic architecture of the medieval era, we must first go over the events that allowed the style to be born in the first place. The Gothic style and aesthetic emerged from a period involving significant urban and cultural development within Europe between the 11th and 14th century. The Christian community's influence grew exponentially during this time as a result of the ongoing Crusades, which resulted in the Church's rise to power, which ushered in a new era in which the Roman Catholic Church dominated all aspects of medieval life. The Crusades began in the 11th century in an effort to regain access to Jerusalem and the Holy Lands, which were occupied by Muslim Turks. The Turks denied Christian pilgrims seeking passage to the Holy Lands and made frequent threats to stop the Byzantine Empire. The Byzantine Empire, wishing to reclaim its lost territories, sought help from Western Europe, and when Pope Urban II heeded the call, the First Crusade began. With the Roman Catholic Church at the forefront of the military expeditions, Christendom's influence and power over Europe grew rapidly. The war brought immense economic opportunity that the members of the Church were quick to capitalize on. The restored relations between the East and West brought newfound wealth through trade and led to a rise in urban city centers and life. The Church sought to cement its religious and moral authority through all aspects of Western European daily life, including art, literature, religion, and architecture. Religious sites such as the churches and cathedrals became characterized by what is now known today as Gothic style. France was the first to usher in this bold new style with their cathedrals that were constructed within the 12th and 13th century. These sites served as the center to urban communities, functioning as a place of worship dedicated to Christian saints, as well as a center of authority for the Roman Catholic Church. These sites featured a distinct architectural style that was reflective of the Church's power and self-proclaimed holiness. This new Gothic style would spread rapidly across Europe over the next centuries, with many of the sites still standing today. The term Gothic was first introduced around the time of the 17th century by neoclassicists, originally as a derogatory term. Preferring Romanesque architecture, which more closely followed Greco-Roman principles, they used the term to describe the architectural design that followed the Romanesque era as rude and barbarous. The term as it is used today, however, has strayed far from its original 17th century meaning, as it is now used to pinpoint the characteristics of 12th and 13th century architecture, making note of the large and imposing structure of Gothic cathedrals and churches, as well as specific architectural features such as pointed archways, ribbed vaults, tall spires, and stained glass. There are many cathedrals that characterize the distinct principles that form the Gothic architectural style, one of the most notable being the Notre Dame de Paris. The colossal size of the cathedral is a way in which the church represented their power over Western Europe and its urban centers, with it towering above the rest of the surrounding city. The spire placed near the center of the cathedral serves as one of its most distinct visual features and can be seen from miles away. Its immense height serves as a representation of Christian ascension and is meant to place the cathedral closely to the heavens. The ornate design elements featured throughout the windows and walls throughout the exterior display the wealth of the Roman Catholic Church, as well as the skill and craftsmanship of those who designed and built the cathedral. Moving over to the interior of the site, we can see how these cathedrals were carefully designed for ceremonies and religious gatherings in which hundreds of people could be housed inside at one time. The grand scale of the interior is not only functional in holding hundreds of churchgoers, but symbolic of the Church's ideal that Christianity is much larger and more important than any single individual could ever be. This grandiose symbolism is accomplished through the sprawling central gathering hall, surrounding archways on both sides, and the series of ribbed vaults that sit far above the floor, creating a vast and open space for proceedings to take place. The large and detailed glass and stained glass windows work not only as a signature decorative element to the building, but as a storytelling device as well. The grand size of the glass panes combined with the vibrant coloring allows for specific scenes and religious stories, such as that of the Virgin Mary, to be depicted onto the glass. The cathedral is carefully positioned so that the sunlight beams through the windows during the day. This illuminates the surrounding stained glass assortments, which creates a profound sense of divinity within the hall. While the sites featuring Gothic style were meant to represent Christian beliefs and values of holiness and divinity, its large and imposing design structure caused many to find the style as bleak, dark, foreboding, and even scary. The way Gothic style and architecture is portrayed in media often portrays this sentiment. In works such as Dracula, Gothic architecture is used as a backdrop to enhance the dark and terrifying nature of the scenes in Dracula himself. In more modern works such as Harry Potter, the series borrows heavily from medieval Gothic design to create a mysterious and magical feeling that characterizes Hogwarts. Some works of fiction even take Gothic style to the extreme, such as Gotham City in Batman media. It takes the core principles such as imposing spires, ornate windows, and extreme verticality and blends it with other architectural styles to create a city that is dark, mysterious, otherworldly, and truly worthy of the name Gotham. Overall, Gothic style is one of the most notable design styles from all of European history. It is representative of a time in which the Roman Catholic Church reigned supreme over its people. With many iconic sites still standing today, its impact on European culture cannot be understated. With many works taking inspiration from the principles that these Gothic structures set centuries ago, it is evident that the Gothic style has immortalized itself within our culture even today.